Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of 100% pen scrolling platformer tutorial. Where we left off, we have a square that's actually positioned at 0, 0. So if you were to start scrolling, and scroll right back to 0. Anyway, it's just all scrolling and everything. And today, what we're going to be covering is physics for the player. So let's get right to it. To start, create a variable and call it player size. This is going to be the size of the player on the screen. And you're going to set player size to 40. This is just good. It's changeable. But create a block and say touching. And then an input kind. And then you can do another text input or a text label question mark. Running that screen refresh. Alright. Make another variable and call it touching question mark. In the beginning, you're going to set touching to false. And then you are also going to use your index variable and you're going to set that into 0. Grab a repeat loop. You're going to repeat the length of your list. Change index by 1. And then grab an if variable, or an if thing. And you're going to say, start by grabbing a less than. And grab a minus sign. And put a minus sign in the left hand side and a plus sign in the right hand side. You're going to say if player size, scroll x minus and then divided by 2 is less than, and then item index of x plus, and I'm going to divide it by item index of length divided by 2. So if the left side of the player is less than the right side of the rectangle, which just sounds as if you're kind of touching it, if those two are overlapping. So that senses for the left side, but what about the right side? So to do that, say and duplicate this. Put that right there. That right there. Alright, so over here it would be, switch these. Actually, well, it'd be item index of x minus item index of length divided by 2 is less than scroll x plus player size divided by 2. So if the left hand side, if like the x's, if they're overlapping. Alright, but you're gonna need to duplicate this and do it for the y. So switch all of the scroll x's to scroll y's, index of y, index of height, index of y, index of height, scroll y, and player size is the same because it's not like it's just gonna be a square. Alright, grab an and join the two of these and statements together. Like that. So pretty big, but yeah. So if this is basically sensing if they're touching, and if they are, I'm gonna say set touching to true. Alright, oh, one last thing. You'll notice I have a kind input. And before we get to that, we're actually gonna have to make another list. Call it kind. And inside of the encode square, add an input. First label kind, and you are gonna add kind to kind. And in the beginning, you want it to be all of kind. Alright, because the reason we have this is because you want to, because you're gonna have lava, you know, you'll have lava blocks, and then ground blocks, and then trampoline blocks too. Something I'm hoping to get to. Alright, so you're actually gonna grab another and. I think you can just, I think I'll just put another if inside and say if item index of kind is equal to this kind input. Okay. Alright, so yeah, pretty cool. And that's all. This is how it works. So beginning, this would be ground. And when you draw inside right here, actually, grab an if then else. Say if item index of kind is equal to G for ground. Then set pen color to this is changeable, but I'm gonna say brown for now. Just stick that right there. So in the beginning, so right here you can see it's G. And now if every frame I say touching G, it would actually be true, right? Because if you think it's all, if you think about it, actually, to show you a better perspective, inside of update, put a draw square at the very end, and you can draw a square at X, inside there, say scroll X, scroll Y, which will just actually, since you think about it, if you're subtracting scroll X and scroll Y later on, so it's actually just going to go to 0, 0. But, and then length, player size, and height, player size. And then you can set the pen color to something different. So this is your player color. I'll just do green. But so look, okay, so right now it's obviously touching, but if you did change, scroll Y, look at touching. Just when he's out of view, just when they stop touching gets set to false. And scroll X and everything is all the same, so touching is still false. So yeah, there it is. Works. Alright, so let's get the physics done. So quickly create a block, call it physics, and run the test refresh. Alright, grab physics. Okay, so you're gonna start by saying if key right arrow pressed, say change scroll X by 8. Duplicate that. If key left arrow is pressed, change scroll X by -8. Then you can say I'm trying to think of how to do this. Then say change. Oh wait, no. Oh, then say say touching ground. But you can actually take that out now. Touching ground if is equal to true. Which means you're touching. Then say repeat until touching is equal to false. And then grab an if else statement and put it right there. Put a greater than if trying to think of how to do this. Create a variable and call it xval. Right here. Okay, say set xval to 1. Set xval to -1. And you're going to say if xval is greater than 0, which means they just moved to the right, then you're going to change scroll x by 1. And you change scroll y by -1. Sorry, scroll x by -1. So we need to run this. So right after you run update, you can run physics. Oh wow. In the beginning, say set scroll x to 0. Set scroll y to 0 too. Oh, and the problem there actually, I just realized, at the end of this, at the end after you sensed, you need to sense to see if you're still touching ground, because otherwise it's just going to keep repeating forever, like that. So now you can see, and I can move. Now if I were to move myself up a bit, then if I were to move myself down, okay, now I could go, oops, go, right, now that's no good. So let's see where the problem is there. If I try going, let's go. Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Switch these. Okay, now move down a little bit. Move over. Solid collision. Perfect. And now, you can duplicate this. Oh wait, actually, yeah. Sorry, actually. Well, every frame you want to change scroll y by -4. I'm not gonna put that on yet because otherwise things are gonna go crazy. But you can just kind of leave it here. But so you can change it by like -5, and then you're gonna say touching ground. Repeat until touching is equal to false. You know, I think about it, you actually don't need that. Because if it's yeah. Oh wait, no, yes, I do. I think. Okay. Change and then repeat until touching is equal to false. Change scroll y by 1, which pushes him up. So if you put that on, he's gonna keep falling. But if I'm just gonna quickly bring him up, like bring him up. Oh yeah. I'm gonna quickly in the beginning set scroll y to 100. Oh. You also need to say touching at the end. And alright, it's looking pretty good. Obviously there's still quite a bit more that needs to be done, but we'll fix those problems in the next episode. For now, we've got a bit of physics, we've got some collision and everything, and it's coming along pretty nicely. So see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye.